Last month, nearly 6 in 10 Americans admitted they couldn't cover a surprise $1,000 expense. Not a vacation, not a new phone, a surprise bill. And yet, right now, millions of people are doing something that sounds almost impossible. Living entire lives, rent, food, transportation, on $2,000 a month. Some of them are even managing to save. By the end of this video, I'll show you exactly how one family of 6 does it on even less than that, using a strategy most people have never heard of. But first, you need to see the math, because the math is brutal. $2,000 a month. Say it fast and it almost sounds workable. So let's slow it down. The average one-bedroom apartment in America now rents for around $1,500 a month. Sign that lease, and you have $500 left for everything. Utilities take another $150, maybe $200 when it's cold. A phone plan, $50 more. And now you're standing at the grocery store entrance with roughly $250 for food, for gas, for the bus, for the shoes your kid outgrew, for the tooth that starts hurting on a Tuesday. Here's the part nobody says out loud. A full-time job at the federal minimum wage pays about $1,250 a month, before taxes. That's not even the $2,000 we started with. So if you've ever felt like you're doing everything right and the numbers still don't close, listen carefully. You're not bad with money. The math is broken. And nowhere is it more broken than in the one bill you can't skip, the roof over your head. For decades, the rule was simple. Spend no more than 30% of your income on housing. At $2,000 a month, that's $600. Try finding a $600 apartment in almost any American city today. That rule wasn't broken by the people following it. It was broken by rents that grew years ahead of paychecks. So what are people actually doing? 4 things mostly. First, they stopped renting apartments and started renting rooms. A room in a shared house runs hundreds less than a studio. And yes, more adults over 30 are living with roommates than at any point in modern memory. Not because they failed, because they did the math. Second, they negotiate. Most renters don't know this, but turnover is expensive for landlords. An empty unit can cost them a full month of rent or more. That's leverage. A polite letter before renewal, mentioning your on-time payment history, saves real money more often than you'd think. Third, they relocate, not across the country, just across the map of prices. 2 towns over can mean $200 less. And fourth, the hard rule that makes the rest of this budget possible. At this income, housing cannot eat more than half of it. Cross that line, and everything else in your life becomes a rounding error. But even if you win the rent battle, there's a second front, the one that drains budgets alive, $20 at a time, the grocery store. Food prices have climbed so fast that the grocery run became the place where people feel the economy in their hands. And yet, there are people feeding themselves on $20 a week, per person. It sounds impossible, so let's look at how they actually do it. Rule 1. They don't shop from a menu. They shop from the sales. Most of us decide what we want to eat, then buy it at whatever price it costs. Flip that. Buy what's discounted this week, then build meals from what you bought. Same food groups, fraction of the price. Rule 2. Shop your own kitchen first. Before any store trip, the pantry, the fridge, the freezer. That's aisle 1. Most households already own 3 or 4 meals they've forgotten about. Rule 3. Fewer trips. Every visit to the store is a new chance to impulse buy. One planned big trip beats 4 small ones, every single time. Rule 4. The foundation 4. Rice, beans, eggs, and whatever protein is on sale. Boring? Maybe. But that's a full plate for well under $2 a serving, and half the planet has run on it for centuries. And Rule 5, the one almost nobody uses, community food programs. In many cities, local produce programs sell boxes where $15 or $20 brings home more fruits and vegetables than you can carry. Not charity. Programs designed exactly for this. Frugality isn't suffering, it's strategy. But food isn't the last trap. There's a third bill, and for millions of people, it's parked in the driveway. The average new car in America now costs its owner nearly $1,000 a month. Once you add the payment, the insurance, the gas, the repairs, and the value it silently loses every single year. On a $2,000 budget, that single machine can swallow half of your life. So the people who make this work get ruthless about wheels. Some drop to one car per household and coordinate schedules like a small airline. Some buy the boring 10-year-old sedan with a reputation for refusing to die. Because at this income, a car is not a statement, it's a tool. Some discover that liability, only insurance on an older car, can cut that bill nearly in half. And in cities with real public transit, some do the math nobody wants to do and find that a bus pass, plus the occasional ride, costs less per month than one single car repair. None of this is glamorous. All of it is money that stays in your pocket every single month. Still, here's the uncomfortable truth that no grocery hack, no rent letter, and no bus pass can fix. You cannot cut your way out of a paycheck that's too small. Cutting has a floor, earning doesn't. Which is why the people who actually escape this cycle all end up doing the same thing. They build a second stream of income. Not a dream business, not a startup, a stream. A few evenings of rideshare or delivery driving, weekend shifts, selling a skill online, anything from tutoring to fixing what neighbors can't. For most people, that's a few hundred extra dollars a month. And here's the rule that separates the people who escape from the people who stay stuck. The second stream never touches the lifestyle. Every dollar it earns has one single mission. First, a $1,000 emergency fund. Because an emergency fund isn't savings. It's the wall between you and debt. Without it, one flat tire sends you to a credit card at 30% interest, and the whole budget you fought for collapses backwards. With it, emergencies become inconveniences. Fund the wall first, then the next goal. One mission at a time. And if you want proof that this entire playbook actually works, not in a spreadsheet, but in real kitchens, over generations, look at the communities that have been running it the longest. Latino families in America have survived crisis after crisis with a financial playbook that most economics classes never mention. The 2008 recession erased 2/3 of the wealth Latino households had built in this country. 2/3, the largest loss of any group in America. And yet, within a decade and a half, Latinos were starting businesses at one of the fastest rates in America. How? Multi-generational households, where 3 incomes share one roof and one rent. Tandas, informal saving circles where a group of families pools money and takes turns receiving the pot. Trust doing the job of a bank. Family kitchens where one pot of rice and beans feeds 8 people, seasoned better than any restaurant. Corner stores that double as the neighborhood safety net. This is not poverty culture. This is financial engineering under pressure, refined for generations. And remember the family I promised you at the start? A family of 6. The grandmother runs the food budget at $20 per person per week. Sales for shopping, one big monthly trip, a community produce box every other weekend. The adults stack 3 incomes under one roof. The emergency fund lives in an envelope she guards like treasure. They live on less than $2,000 a month, and every year they put a little away. Not because it's easy, because the system is built, piece by piece, exactly the way we just walked through it. So no, you're not failing. You're playing a game where the rules changed and nobody sent the memo. But $2,000 a month in this economy doesn't have to be a life sentence. It can be a starting point, housing under half, food by strategy, not by habit, a second stream with a single mission, and people around you, because nobody survives this alone. Now I want to know something, and be honest in the comments. What's your number? The amount you actually live on each month. The answers in this community might surprise you, and if you want the $20 a week grocery method broken down step by step, list, stores, and meals included, that's the next video. Subscribe so you don't miss it. This is the last dollar. Make yours count.